Does public speaking make you feel anxious? Does it make you turn green and want to throw up? Does the very thought of having to give a talk, a speech, or a speaking role in a play summon the vultures in your stomach to begin circling, anxiously awaiting your demise?
Simple things you can do when you feel like poo.
From the much talked about lead role in the school play, to your best friend's wedding, to the wildly famous TED Talks, there are all sorts of public speaking situations that could make you want to barf, run away, or simply drop dead and die. Take your pick. There seems to be no good options here. And I'd have to say that when I give a talk, I am nervous. Well, that would be an understatement of huge proportions. But thankfully, I found something that helps take the whelm out of overwhelm. A simple thing that you can do when you feel like poo. I'll just set the scene. Here's me. I'm standing on a stage, looking out over the audience, and I'm scared to death. My heart is pounding so hard, I think it will leap out of my chest and land in the lap of the person in the first row. I open my mouth to speak. A squeak emerges. The audience bursts into laughter, bending over in their chairs and falling on the floor. My face turns the color of beets. I can feel the sweat accumulating in my armpits and I die right there. I become a pile of bones on the floor. Poof! At least that's what I imagine is going to happen. I have a presentation to make in front of, I'm sure, a zillion people, and all I can think of is everything that could possibly go wrong. I'll be rejected, abandoned, a social outcast. You see, I'm an introvert. I prefer being safe and alone in my home. This is not my idea of a good time. All those people staring back at me, expecting great and wondrous things to come out of my mouth. Ugh! I get a shiver down my spine just thinking about it. I've heard people fear public speaking more than death, and well, yeah. Ugh. I know sometimes life requires me to put on my big girl panties, but it feels like they're already starting to bunch up on me. I must get out of my comfort zone, and I'd rather be sitting on the couch in my comfy couch body wear reading Anne of Green Gables. Yes, that's Anne with an E. Ugh, my own ambivalence kills me. I feel a scratchiness in my throat and I smile to myself because I know what this is. This is my out. My perfect excuse. I'm sick. I can't be expected to give my presentation now. I can hear them making the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry to inform you that the presentation has been canceled due to illness. And there are sighs of disappointment and concerned murmurings about my health. This seems like a much better outcome than expiring on the stage. But if I run away from this problem again, what will I gain? I would rather move on from this than be held in its vicious clutches to the end of time. Instead of crafting ways to get out of this problem, making myself sick, always making an excuse and running away, I ask myself, what's the opportunity inside this problem? Because a problem is an opportunity. A difficult truth to accept, I know. It seems a lot easier to ignore the problem like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand, or getting angry at the problem for being there in the first place, or blaming the problem on somebody else or something other than myself. This is an unpleasant, painful place to live. And all those things just give the power of the problem away. Wait, I'm giving my power away with this problem? There's a lesson to be learned here. When we identify what lies beneath the problem, we're on our way to resolving it. Because when we know the structure of a thing, then we can change it. Sound confusing? Think of it this way. If you sit on a stool and it falls over, well, that's a problem. You could just keep sitting on the stool, but you will just keep falling off until you look underneath the stool and see what the problem is. Like the one leg is too short, which puts it off balance. Now that you know what's causing the problem, you can change something to make it better. You can get a new leg for the stool. You can get a handy friend to attach an extension to the leg. You have choices. We all like choices. So I pour myself a cup of tea, sit down in my coziest chair with my hands wrapped around the warm mug. I close my eyes and I ask myself, what's underneath this problem I have? I hear the answer, I'm not good enough. And then I ask myself, where do I feel that in my body? Oh, I feel the tightness in my chest and nausea in my stomach, and my breathing is shallow. Where do you feel it? Here is a simple thing that you can do. Slow, gentle breathing. Try this with me as I explain, and I'm going to draw a tree here so that you can just close your eyes while I explain. Breathe slowly in and exhale out of your nose. When you inhale, let your belly expand all the way to the top of your chest. Fill your chest up. And when you exhale, you relax your ribs and feel the gentle pull of your belly inward because you've emptied your lungs. You can put your hand on your belly, feel your belly push your hand out and in. I know you're probably thinking, I already do this and it doesn't work. And I'd say once again, breathe gently and slowly, and this time focus on the flow of your breath, not the people in the room, not the speech you're about to give. Focus on your breath. Breathe slowly in and slowly exhale out of your nose. Because when done correctly, slow, gentle breathing can be your antidote to stage fright. Why? Because slow, gentle breathing relaxes your body, your mind, and your emotions. It reduces tension and relieves stress. It helps you feel centered before moving on to the task. And when you're in a charged situation, it can help you feel calm. It has the effect of both re-energizing you for an activity and relaxing you at the same time. The inhale is re-energizing. The exhale is relaxing. In, energize. Out, relax. Continue to breathe this way until you suddenly take a deep breath and sigh. Now that you're relaxed, imagine doing what you're afraid of. Yes, let's go there. You are safe. Imagine sitting where you'll be sitting before you're called to the stage. And breathe. Remember, inhale energizes, exhale relaxes. Imagine walking onto center stage and see the microphone in front of you and the people in the audience. Feel your feet on the ground. The more detail that you put into this, the more comfortable that you will become. Feel the air in your lungs moving in and out and in and out. Move through your entire speech and see yourself delivering it perfectly. Practice your speech a zillion times. Focus on what you can control. Practice, practice, practice. When you completely know your speech, when it's time to give it, you know it. You're confident. Convince your body that you've got this. Voice clear, body relaxed. Think about it. If you've already done this a zillion times, how much easier it is each time you do it. You're prepared. The words and thoughts will flow naturally. Now check in with your body. The tightness in my chest and the nausea in my stomach are lessened dramatically. And my breathing is smooth, even, and deep. And the scratchiness is gone from my throat. How do you feel? Any better? You will no doubt find that the fear is probably still present, but no longer overwhelming you. So, I gave my presentation. It was totally awesome! I completely rocked it. The audience was on their feet applauding so loud the walls were shaking. And there were hoops and hollers and fist pumps from the younger set. The organizer of the event pleaded with me to return for an encore presentation. And when I crowd surfed from the stage to the middle of the audience, people clamored around me, begging me for my autograph. I'm exaggerating, of course. That didn't really happen. What did happen is that I gave the presentation. Win number 1, the vultures in my stomach turned into butterflies and flew in formation. Win number 2, my voice worked adequately, and I walked off the stage instead of expiring on it. And win number 3, I showed tremendous courage because I moved through my fear and I did it anyway. So next time you are asked to give a speech or presentation or have to do any kind of public speaking, try slow, gentle breathing. It will give you the wins that you want too. And thank you for watching to the end. I know that adding this simple thing will help you rock your part on your Broadway play, your speeches, your presentations, and your talks. If you like these simple things, check out our other videos. Click on the top box for a simple thing to help you on the topic of anxiety and depression, and this lower box for a simple thing to help you with stress eating. Click on this round circle over here and the notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos with more simple things that you can do when you feel like poo. Take gentle care.